So what is IIT and what is a neural marker? What does it predict about infant consciousness?
It's hard to measure this neural marker, but it has this idea that there is a specific measure. There is phi. And if the system has this marker, this is indication that the system is performing is processing the stimulus consciously. Okay, so the idea is you might have a different activation in the brain, but you need an integration of different parts of the brain that becomes where we can measure phi, that become integrated and has high phi than the other systems in the brain. Yeah. Okay, so you can maybe for the theory regarding the predictions of the theory. So the theory would say that you would need the system to be more integrated than the other parts of the brain for the infant brain to be conscious. And one question is whether the infant brain actually is integrated, has sufficient integration to have high phi and phi that it would be higher than the other systems of the brain. So I think it would be hard for the theory to deny that the infant brain has some sort of integration that is higher than the other parts of the brain. Because if the theory predicts even other systems that is less complex than an infant brain would be conscious, I think there is some prediction of the theory that infant's brain would have some sort of integration, if it's minimal, that would give rise to consciousness. But it's still, the theory raised an interesting prediction that even if infants might be conscious, they might be less conscious than adults. You might think that might still have a difference on integration between the adult brain and the infant brain. Sure. So maybe the infant brain has some sort of minimal consciousness. What type of difference it is might be what we have been discussing a lot now. Maybe Ghislaine Dahan-Lambert's that is work with Stanislav Dahan, she has this interesting metaphor that maybe babies are sort of slow train. Think about train because we're very close to a train station here, an old train station. But you have like a slow train, but it's still traveling. The information is still traveling in the brain. Different from think about the train as a faster train, sure, less the adult brain. But it's still the idea that there is some processing. So maybe if you have less integration, maybe you have a slow processing in the infant brain, okay? Or maybe some types of conscious experience they are not processing, might have some types of phenomenology that is not processing for the in the brain. But I think the theory can still predict that the brain is conscious.
We could spend hours on this, but like the follow-up questions I would have had would have been about, one, does nature versus nurture kick in? Like, can infants be born with a natural predisposition towards integration, whereas some infants are more predisposed towards becoming conscious or integrating it much faster than the others, whether that would be a case that's possible. And then, of course, if phi is a measure of consciousness, then can you extend that to machines and AI, of course? Whereas the more integrations, the more complexity you have in a machine, would that be conscious as well? So many questions to ask, but unfortunately, we are mindful of time.